How about you? Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. PTO, front end loader, shuttle shift, hydrostatic. What's all that mean? You know, I'm a rookie tractor owner, and I had a lot of questions when I was looking at my tractor as well when I was purchasing it. So I said, I'm gonna make a video about some of the lingo and some of the basic overview of the parts of a tractor. So this is kind of tractor lingo 101. And you know, here on our channel, we're a hobby farm channel. We do a lot of stuff about some farm animals and some tractor work and things like that. But three other channels I've really gotten into lately is Tony's Tractor Adventure, Ohio Hilltops Hobby Farm, and the Mallard 5 Farmhouse. And I'm gonna put all their links to their channels below. I'd love for you to go check out those channels and see what they're up to over there in their place, because I'm telling you, you can learn a lot from these three channels, just like hopefully you learn a lot from here. Also, we're really excited that we've been accepted into the Amazon affiliate program. So I'll put a link to the Amazon storefront here and below, and you can just simply click on that and do all your Amazon shopping. And if you click through that link and go to Amazon, we'll get a little kickback here for the channel. It'll help support the channel, help it grow. Prices are the same, doesn't cost you anything else, and it's free to click the link, and it's free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we would appreciate if you do that. But you want to know about tractor lingo, so let's get started on that. All right, before we start naming all the parts of the tractor, I'm going to tell you right up front, this is basic tractor 101, very broad brush, hey, listen, I don't even know how to spell tractor type person, right? This is so if you're a CAT certified diesel mechanic, or if you're an ASE mechanic or whatever, this video ain't for you. So you can watch it. I want you to watch it, but and you can also add some value below in the comments. But if this is designed, this video is going to be two videos. It's going to be the front half of the tractor and the back half of the tractor. And so this video is designed for someone who never owned a tractor before and not familiar with the terms. If that's you, stick around and watch the rest of this video. If it's not you, stick around, watch it, and then leave comments below. Okay, so this is your front end loader, all right? Most tractors today, if not all, have a removable front end loader. And this front end loader is this section here, this big arm, and on both sides that drops down, and it has hydraulic cylinders, which are these black cylinders here that enable the loader to go up and down. This is your front end loader. And how it's removed, let me lift my saw hole up a little bit. How it's removed are these pins, and then you take this pin out. It's very simple. They're designed to be loose. You take that pin out on both sides, and that's how you put the kickstand off. Most of these tractors with the front end loaders will have kickstands to set the front end loader on. Put the kickstand down, remove the pins, and you can remove your front end loader. But this is what they mean by front end loader. That's this whole assembly here, okay, and on both sides of the tractor. Okay, what goes on a front end loader? Let's talk about some of that stuff. So on your front end loader, this assembly here with your hydraulic cylinders and all your hoses and lines, you can attach several different type of attachments. Now the attachments and implements, in today's vernacular, it's kind of used interchangeably. And I don't know what vernacular means, but it sounded really good in that sentence. But anyway, so if you want to put a bucket on here, or a front end loader bucket, you can do so. I have what they call a grapple on my front end loader at this point. But most of today's front end loaders have what they call a skid steer type attachment. So what do I mean by skid steer quick attachments? All right, for your front end loader, what I'm simply talking about are these handles here. Each one will have, each quick attach / skid steer attachment will have these handles here on the front end loader, and you simply pull up on these and to raise them up, and it will release the pins that are inside this attachment. Always need to keep this lubed. Make sure it's free, it's easy to move, and also you need to make sure that it's free of debris or things like that when you try to attach and disconnect the attachment itself. Okay, so that's what they mean by skid steer / quick attach loader or attachment, or whatever the case may be. What else you're going to see on the front end loader, or a lot of people put them on aftermarket, is the hydraulic lines for your third function capability. And so you'll see those mounted to your front end loader somehow. Well, how do I get these hoses on and off these hydraulic lines or these couplings? Well, that's where you have what they call a quick disconnect. This fitting actually operates on you have a male and a female version. It operates on a bearing system. So you simply pull this back on these, and inside is bearings. And this is what they call your quick disconnect for your hydraulic fittings. And now these lines are built and so that the diameter is for the amount of pressure or amount of hydraulic fluid that passes through them. And so here's the other side or the other half of this quick disconnect. And so you simply pull the sleeve back, place it onto there, push it forward. Now watch very closely until this collar snaps into place. Not sure if you saw that or not, but this collar now is in place. And for this one, you pull it back and you have the male end. Same thing, you're gonna pull this back, push it in like that. This collar will go over the bearings and lock it into place. As you're looking at your front end loader, all front end loaders on today's tractors, I say all, I'm pretty sure that all front end loaders today have what they call a level indicator, which is this little small rod here. This is what they call a level indicator for your bucket or your attachment. Once this bend is in this little groove, this little flange here, that means your bucket or your attachment is setting level to the ground. All right, what else we got going on with this tractor's front half? Let's check out some more stuff. As I talked about the third function switch and how you can use hydraulics to work your grapple and other attachments on the front end loader, how does that work? How do I get hydraulic fluid up to that point to allow that piece of equipment to function? Well, you do that through this diverter valve. This diverter valve actually diverts, for simple purposes, it diverts hydraulic fluid from the function that it was normally going to go to and reroutes the hydraulic fluid to open up or to operate the attachment from these hoses here. And that's the diverter valve. Well, how do I even get to where I can open or close my grapple, or how can I lift my front end bucket? That's a great question, so let's answer it. It's called the joystick. Let's talk about it for a minute. So really the joystick is kind of the brains of the operation for the front half of the front end loader, or the front half of the tractor, the front end loader. Makes it go up and down, makes it do whatever, curl the bucket, open and close the grapple. If you have an aftermarket third function switch, you'll see it on your joystick handle here most of the time. I've seen buttons on the side, you know, for open and close or up and down for your particular attachment. So however your aftermarket third function switch looks like, it'll be on your joystick most of the time. So that's what they mean by third function switch. There's a lot to know about a tractor. I mean, there's a lot going on, you know. So, you know, if you want to see more tractor videos like this, it'd be a really, really good time for you to click that subscribe button below, and then you can watch all my videos I put out about tractors, because again, I'm a rookie tractor owner, and I'm hoping this helps you as much as it's helping me. And so let's talk about kind of the steering wheel console area, instrument panel, and all that stuff. This is your throttle. You push this throttle up and down in order to increase or decrease the RPMs of the engine, making the tractor go faster. So it just goes up or down to make the tractor go faster or slower. Two important things that I want to point out on your instrument panel, instrument cluster panel. That's this little yellow symbol. This little yellow symbol is how fast you want your RPMs to be going when you're operating a PTO. And in my next video, I'm going to go into detail about a PTO. The second thing I want to point out is this red light here. That's your glow plugs. This little squiggly line area, that's your glow plugs. What do you mean by glow plugs? Well, glow plugs are simply, so it's in layman's terms, again, I'm not a certified mechanic, but diesel fuel is not as volatile as gasoline. So it kind of needs some help. So what happens is you place a glow plug, a plug that goes into the combustion chamber of the cylinder, and it gets it a little more hot, a little warmer, so that when the spark is created, the diesel fuel ignites. You start your engine. But that's the two icons on the instrument cluster that I wanted to talk about: the PTO and the glow plugs. What's all going on in the floorboard? All right, so this will be, let's talk about this and then we'll wrap this video up. We're going to talk about the gas pedal. Now you thought, well, wait a minute, I thought you said the throttle was this lever here. Well, it is. You set your increase and decrease your throttle, your RPMs on your throttle with this lever here. But let's say you're running at 1800 RPMs or whatever, and you need a little more boost to get you over the hill. What you do is you depress your gas pedal. All right, and on this particular style tractor, and you'll hear terms like hydrostatic and shuttle shift and power shuttle shift. Those are all different ways to those are all different types of transmission styles on your tractors. So if you have a hydrostatic, you'll have two pedals down here. Well, I think you have a gas pedal as well. If you have a hydrostatic tractor, let me know if you have a gas pedal as well. But you have a forward and reverse pedal that's on there, and it will have arrows on the pedals for a hydrostatic transmission. And that's, with that being said, you have these two levers here. These are your brakes, all right? You have a left brake and a right brake. And you have, all tractors come with this little bracket here, all right? And so what this bracket does, it enables you to move each brake independently, all right? So and why would I need to use just the left brake, or why do I need just the right brake? Simply for sharper turns, all right? If you're wanting to make a really, really sharp left turn, you can depress this left pedal, this left brake pedal, and that will stop that left tire from rolling, and you can make a sharper left-hand turn. But if you want both brakes to apply equal amounts of pressure, simply put your bracket back. Now, as you push, they both move together. Now on a 4540, 4550, and all the gear-driven tractors, you have your gear range selectors, and most of them are, you know, most tractors will have your gear selection knob, depending, you know, and your transmission will determine how you apply each gear. But you see here, I have a low indicator and a high indicator, and that will get me a low range for my gears or a high range. Some tractors have low, medium, and high. So what happens is you can see that the shifter pattern, the shift pattern is on my shifter lever here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and plus a reverse. But I have that for low and I have it for high. So I have 2 reverse gears and 8 forward gears. If you notice here, you got a lot of play in the middle for your neutral, and then you'll feel a click here in your neutral as well. And why is that important? Why are you telling me about neutral switch? Because we have a neutral safety switch on this tractor, and probably my assumption is most tractors have a neutral safety switch. So if you turn your key on and nothing happens, you want to crank your engine, you're like, oh my goodness, nothing's happening. Well, you may have a switch problem, a safety switch problem, or you don't have your selector, your range selector in neutral. So it has to be in neutral. But there's a couple more things on the floorboard I want to talk about. Let's talk about those right quick. Okay, just 2 more things I want to point out, and we'll wrap up this front half of the tractor kind of 101 lingo, if you will. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot, I'm telling you, and this is broad brush stuff. Just imagine some of the in-depth courses that you can take to really kind of learn your tractor. Let's talk about 2 more things right quick. One is your clutch. On the 4540, 4550, your clutch is a dual clutch configuration. And what I mean by dual clutch, you know, take your bush hog for example. I can still turn around my bush hog while the blade is turning and not have to worry about it, you know, missing cutting or whatever, because I got the clutch depressed halfway down. And then finally, let's talk about this lever here. This is the 4-wheel drive lever. Again, in accordance with the sticker, all I simply have to do to engage the 4-wheel drive is pull this lever up, and now I'm in 4-wheel drive. I'll have an indicator light on my dash panel, and it will show that I'm in 4-wheel drive. To disengage, I simply push it down. Several ways to get 4-wheel drive capability on your tractor: levers, buttons, switches. I mean, you know, whatever tractor model you decide to buy, you know, just be familiar how you turn your 4-wheel drive on. And man, I'm telling you, this is just a broad brush overview of these the lingo or the words that you'll encounter when you go talk to a dealer or to a person that you're buying a used tractor from. One thing in common that most tractor owners have is the fact that we do a lot of research before we buy a tractor. I did a lot of research on Mahindra, and that's why I chose Mahindra, because I thought that was the best value for the money. With that being said, please subscribe to our channel below. It's a little red subscribe button. You can follow us on all our social media platforms. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All of it's Hamiltonville Farm. You can also click on this little white circle icon of the barn that's going to pop up over here. You know, we're going to have another video coming out about the back half of this tractor with the lingo and the terminology associated with that. We'd love for you to check that out as well. And check out my buddies' channels that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. And if you shop on Amazon, please use our link below. That would really help our channel out. Everything you buy from there is the same price you would buy normally from Amazon. We just get a little extra commission when you buy through our link, and we put all that money back into our channel. Okay? Hey, listen, thanks a lot. I'll see you on the next video. Y'all take care.